that's insatiable, and lightness has a call that's hard to hear. And I wrap my fear around me like a blanket. I sail my ship of safety till I sank it. I'm crawling on your shores. And I went.
The Indigo Girls are a folk music duo from Atlanta, Georgia. They have been active under the name The Indigo Girls since 1985, although they had performed together at high school before under different names. They started to use the name The Indigo Girls whilst they were, I believe, college students. They have created so far 15 studio albums. Hi, my name's Dan. So this was the second album by the Indigo Girls, and it was their first with a major label. And it's my first encounter with them. I don't think I've ever actually heard them before. I didn't know what they were going to be like when I started listening, and yeah, it was a pleasant surprise. I'm willing to put that spoiler out there. So I describe this as folk. A lot of people seem to be describing it as folk. There's occasional bits where it kind of feels a bit maybe more like alt folk or alt rock even slightly. So some of the tracks are just acoustic guitars and singing, and some are bigger with bigger band behind them. There is at times a kind of REM feeling to them. I particularly thought that this was the case on a track called Tried to Be True, and found that actually several members of REM are playing behind them. REM had been in my head with them because Michael Stipe does some vocals on one of the earlier tracks on the album called Kid Fears. And I think I have to say his voice contrasts with their voices really nicely. There are other places where there's British band Irish band, Hot House Flowers doing some backing singing. I don't know if they're doing back instruments. There's some kind of folk instrument stuff going on here, as well as the acoustic guitars that we've got. So things like mandolins and pipes and stuff. One of the girls, and I don't know which one is which when they're singing, one of them has a voice that reminds me of Bonnie Tyler quite a lot. Now, Bonnie Tyler's a rock singer, but she's well known for having quite a hoarse gravel sound to her voice, in a good way. And that is certainly the voice, nature of the voice of one of the girls who's singing here, ladies, women. It's very it's got that same gravelly grunt to it. It's nice. Musically, it's pretty straightforward. As I've kind of mentioned, there's some nice instrument backing choices that are going on. There's occasional hints at kind of more Celtic folk stuff. And there's occasional hints at country stuff. And if you've watched a lot of my videos, you'll realise when I say that I didn't find that a problem, that is a good thing for me, because sometimes I struggle with country. It's not very strongly so. The songwriting is really strong, so it's interesting stuff. I think that, musically it's nice, but the songwriting is where it really shows its strengths and qualities. There's some really nicely done songs here. Mostly they're about life and relationships. I'm going to particularly pick out 4 tracks. Kid Fears, which is about childhood fears. Prince of Darkness, which I think is about a bad relationship. Love's Recovery, which is about rescuing a relationship. And Land of Canaan, which is about expectations. I enjoyed it. I could listen to it again. I liked this quite a bit. So there, I'm going to stop, because that's what I think, and I'd love to know what you think. So please talk to me through the comments box. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I very rarely do this, but I'm going to encourage people to subscribe. Come along with me on this journey. I'm discovering some great albums. It may be that you know a lot more about these albums than I do. So come and join our little community. We've got people commenting on stuff, and it's being interesting and fun. So yes, please join me. That's it from me for now.
Pain from pearls. Hey little girl, how much have you grown? Hey to the wall.